I'm loving it. Oh, there it is. Hey, Boy King, thanks. I appreciate that. So we got a question coming up. It's a game design question from the Burning Soda. Let me know what it is, Burning Soda. You guys see anything moving? Maybe they're just very far off in the distance. Holy shit, it's a moonwalking scorpion. It's almost gone. Come on, show up. Oh, come on. Come on. And the stinger. And the torso and the claw. Oh my god. Eddie. I really don't need to be going this way, but here I am. Okay, going this way. You idiot! Jesus, Eddie is amazing. Oh shit! Everywhere. Back up! I'm dying. Fucking, I'm dying. No. Ugh. Okay. And I died. Let's find out what the question was. We saved before we embarked upon our incredible journey, and we're going to avoid it. So Burning Soda says, okay, here's the deal. I'm taking some classes in school about simple programming. Pretty much HTML and JavaScript. When I told my parents I enjoyed it, I was thinking about game design. I told me I shouldn't do it because it would be too dry and boring. really? Now that I've heard your talks about working for artillery, I've recently been getting more and more into it. Do you have any thoughts about the dryness and boringness about it? I mean, it just, it honestly just sounds like your parents don't know what they're talking about. That's not right, that's not wrong, that's just a weird thing to say. You know what I mean? Right? Like, it's like you probably shouldn't play games because you're only looking at square things all day. Because monitors are kind of square-shaped. It's like, well, I don't know. I mean, I guess. Like, I don't know. What are you talking about? Yeah, that just sounds odd. In the head, in the head, in the head. Woo! I mean, I would encourage you to go through the... encourage you to go through the act of making some games. Figure out what that's like. I think every job has the romantic pieces. Oops, I'm still firing. And then the really hard pieces. No real reason why I'm going this way, I just kind of wanted to go this way. Oh, the lizard. Because, I mean, the romantic thing about games is the making of it. Or, excuse me, the playing of it. Like, I'm playing Fallout. I imagine something like, wouldn't it be cool if this was, instead of a empty area with nothing going on, if there's some sort of giant monster boss, like in, you know, I don't know, Shadow of the Colossus. Wow, that would be so cool if I could play that. You think about it from that perspective, right? I wish there was Shadow of the Colossus DLC where I could just go hunt a giant monster every week and it would be new and I could hunt it with my friends, you know, like all that sort of stuff. Oh, what is this gorge? So that's the romantic part, but the non-romantic part is what 95% of it is, which is like testing and playing and testing and playing a not fun game and testing it. I'm sorry, I'm gonna shoot you in the head, I'm sorry. This entire game was made in 18 months, Dana. See, let me actually, that's actually a really good example of like, I'll come back to the Fallout comment about this being made in 18 months, but so I think what they meant would not be that I would not like designing games, but rather doing the work, redesign, finding problems, having troubles. I mean, kind of. Kind of. It's like really stimulating for sure when you're like, damn it, why can't I figure that out? Ah, like really trying to figure it out is tough, and it's kind of frustrating, but you know. I'm sure you have this feeling before where you have a crush on someone and you hint like, yeah, you know, maybe we can do the thing together, and like, I'm busy, and you get that like, that's not fun to be like, to get that feeling. That's not like a joy. But that's part of dating, and dating's kind of fun, and you look back fondly on those stories, you know what I mean? Now let's shoot these geckos in the head. I died so fast! Oh shit, that was so dumb. Like see, actual human girls says, I often wonder if I'd like designing games once I had a skill level. Writing a book can be just as tedious. I haven't gotten tired of that. Yeah, I mean, a lot of things with work are just like trying to find that comfy spot in bed. You know, where you're just sort of like, you're uncomfy, you don't like it, and then you get that comfy spot and you're like, yeah. I want to make a comment about this game took 18 months to make. This game is basically Fallout 3, but more. There's, like, the hardest part of design is when you're trying to crack something new. Ooh, I wonder where this thing would lead me. Let's see, look, I'm going to take the safe route. F5. Let's try and figure out that, like, core new nugget of stuff. So, you know, Fallout 1 and 2 were isometric. Hey, Thomas, good to see you again. This is first person, and based a lot around open world exploration. Kinda tricky to nail, right? To get right. To capture that Fallout feel while doing this new thing. So Fallout 3 was quite difficult to get right. But once you have solved a lot of stuff, like hell, even figuring out this interface, making more content, it's great. That's why I'm a huge supporter of the idea of DLC. You've already gotten through the hard part, figuring out roughly how it is. So great, so awesome. There's another cool thing in there. Oh yeah, for Mr. Olive. Where is it? Olive says, Sean, what will you do if Atlas absolutely bombs? I don't think it's going to, but there's a possibility. I absolutely think that there is a possibility. The game could just be a total bomb. Because, I mean, that's true with pretty much any creative process you work on, especially because we're trying to do something very, very new, right? I could fast travel there. I don't know why I was actually trying to wander this whole time, but I like walking. I like the act of walking there. It's so pleasing to me to just be exploring this environment. But I think that's okay, because I think that we were doing something very new and very innovative. And we are, you know, we've already built this huge understanding and all this knowledge about what it means to design a competitive multiplayer game from the ground up. Those are creepy sound effects. Is something bad going to happen? It's like one of those things where you can only control your inputs, and I'm very proud of the inputs that we've done. You know, there's something Brandon Sanderson, the author, said. It said, the goal of writing is to work on you. You are the product. Your ability to tell stories and your ability to think about stories. And the books are a byproduct of that. You're not trying to create books. And that's very much so how I feel about Atlas. I think we have the best team on the planet for this, you know, for what we're doing. And it could fail, but I mean, the product could fail, but I think that there's so much awesome stuff that has been created as a result of this. And just so much awesome learning about competitive game design. I'm sorry, I should be... Wait, where am I? That's where I'm going to Ghost. Hope Atlas does well. The games have been quite fun for about a week. There have been many fun games in builds, like we've had many fun games, but it's like the consistent fun in most of the games.
You check out the Nipton Town Hall yet? Smoke trail's not getting any shorter.
Nipton was attacked by the Legion.
Legion this far west? You're fucking kidding me. That's not outside the border. They're moving in, and fast. Nipton wasn't the most friendly town, but... Alright, thanks for checking on that. Wish it set my mind at ease. Now I'm more on edge than ever.
Do you have friends there?
In Nipton? Hell no. Town was a shithole, asking to be burned. Just not by Legion. Nobody deserves that. Well, thanks for hoofing it there and back, even if it was bad news. Wish we could spare the troops to go hunting, but orders are to stay put. Fucking Mojave's going to hell, and all I can do is sit here and watch.
You want to join?
Thanks for the assist. Wish others around here had your drive. Thanks for the assist. Wish others around here had your drive.
Ugh. Alright, what now? Game, tell me what to do. Where's Novak? Okay. I have to get out of here. This music stresses me out. Wait, have I been in here yet? Oh, whatever. Screw it. I'm not interested. God, they destroyed the crap out of this place, man. What I really want is a sniper rifle. You discussed early the prevalence of lanes in competitive games like CSGO and LoL. Does your game also feature lanes? Oh, what is it you're referring to? Because I actually don't know if I think that CSGO has... Maybe... I may have used the word lanes, but there's the idea of, like, an area of conflict with not a lot of crossover. Where, like, you know, if you're in Long A, that is a completely... like a mentally, a logically separate region from Catwalk. That sort of thing. On Dust 2, excuse me, I didn't say the map. See some points of interest over here. I'm gonna go here. I'm so excited to get all the way up here. Where is... Oh, it must be over there. It's just on the other side of that. Guess I gotta go around. It's too steep. Oh. Something interesting right over here. I don't seem to see anything. Ha! Woo! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, the hidden supply cave. Yeah. Oh, this was from that douchebag in Hnipton. Radiation suit. Okay. Foot locker. Yeah. I'm going to Friday night match tonight. Tragically, no. Oh, empty syringe can't be bad. I am got an in-office LAN party, man. There's gotta be some good stuff in here that I'm just walking right past, as I always am wont to do. Oh, come on, this can't be it. Where's the stuff, man? You're kidding me. Wait, am I just... What? What? Whatever. What are you guys playing at the LAN? Atlas. And probably Rocket League. It's too steep. Oh god, do I have to go around? I don't want to go around. Where are these evildoers? Oh, there must be a cave under here. Get him, Eddie. Good old human bones. Bright follower. Bright Brotherhood robe. Okay, okay, alright. Very well, very good. Where am I right now? I'm in the... Oh, tummy time. Jeebus 188401 says, I've been put in charge of presentation skills class. I was wondering how best to deal with feedback from people. How's playtest feedback obtained looked over for Atlas? I have so much to say on feedback. This is so cool. I think the first thing is like a really basic, solid thing. Okay, so first of all, people suck at giving feedback if they're not directed properly. Like... There's this sort of, like, weird... There's a couple of myths about feedback. One, that people are good at giving feedback. Or excuse me, that the feedback that someone wants to give is good and just should be listened to. I'm not being articulate at all. Okay, let's try this again. I have a whole lot to say about feedback. Giving feedback is a skill that is hard, that must be worked on. Being able to give appropriate, clear feedback. Because there's so much that goes in to giving feedback. Here's a really simple example. Just to bring to you the consideration of the factors that are involved in that. If you wrote a romance novel and you handed it to me and you said, hey Sean, give me some feedback on this romance novel. Well, I don't read romance novels. Okay, right away, I'm not the right audience necessarily to give feedback. And so I would probably need to say that. Yeah, I don't really read romance novels. but if you want, I can just give you a general impression. The things that I might be particularly interested in the medium, not like screw the genre, the medium of writing might be characters and setting. And for someone else, it might be plotting. For someone else, it might be surprises. For someone else, it might be the weird. There's all these different considerations to put into there. But there's still a lot of very basic, important things in terms of giving feedback that you really should follow. First of all, there is the idea of descriptive feedback versus prescriptive feedback. Try always to do descriptive feedback. Which is basically, I felt blank when blank happened. My reaction to this was blank, right? That is so important if you're someone who's giving feedback. So for instance, to take something like Atlas, I felt very helpless when I was fighting against that squad. Right? That is really useful. What is not useful is, hey, my squad needs some sort of anti-AoE thing. Like a shield or something. Is it just arbitrarily not going to let me jump? That is prescriptive feedback, or for writing. I felt very confused by what this character's motivation was in the first chapter. Versus, you need to give the character a better motivation in the first chapter. Descriptive is about how you are reacting to something. Prescriptive is about what you need to do. The reason that it's really important to distinguish between these two, and I'll use the Atlas example, because I can, talk about it much more clearly. Shit, I'm still firing my gun apparently. Reload. Is that the reaction is always true. The reaction is always great, right? I felt frustrated because I couldn't fight against that squad. Well, of course, that's great, right? That's totally clear and understandable. And no one can really disagree with that. And whatever we wind up choosing to do, we can focus on that particular problem. And we can all agree, both the designer and the person giving feedback, if something has been solved or not. But if someone is giving a specific idea, sometimes you're not exactly sure why it is they're saying that. And often the person giving feedback has not thought about the problem nearly as much as you, the creator, has. And so that means that their thoughts on it, quite honestly, could be completely off base and could be completely contradicting with other models that you have. So for instance, if you want a character to be sort of sociopathic, such as the Joker, who might just do insane things like shoot someone who's been helping him in the head for no reason, the fact that he doesn't have a motivation is really in line with the character. So if someone says to you, yeah, the motivation didn't really seem clear in Chapter 1 with this character that you're calling the Joker, you, the author, might go, yes, I have succeeded. But if he says, hey, you need to give more motivation in Chapter 1, you see what I mean? It's like it doesn't contradict. Oh, this place is cool. See, it's just cool. I want to go check it out. Purely out of its coolness. So, I encourage a lot of playtesters when they're playing, in terms of how we handle feedback, say, hey, please put it in the I felt X when Y happened. And everyone's really good about that, and it's very helpful. We also try to focus the questions. What did you think about just this? Okay, anything else? Because there's huge amounts of feedback that I actually can't do anything with right now. Not because it's incorrect or wrong, or because I don't agree, but just because... Emergency service rail yard. But just because a game takes time to create, so... We simply might be not getting to something soon enough. Look at this awesome setting. I might have drifted away from your original inquiry. But we do playtests all the damn time. Minimum of 2 a week. We're doing like 5 this week. We've done like hundreds. We've probably done 1,000 playtests, I would say. No, close to 1,000 probably. Was that good? Hope that was good. And a lot of what I'm saying, again, is from Brandon Sanderson, who I think is a total kick-ass badass. Because I think a real danger with feedback is that, I mean, a lot of people are just wrong with their feedback. Just incorrect. Which is weird, which is a weird thing to say, because there's this sort of odd perception that as long as I thought it, you should probably listen to it. I mean, you hear people like that all the time, almost... I'm sorry, where's my marker? I'm like going in the opposite direction. Whoa. Wow, I went the wrong damn way. Yeah, I mean, you see this like all over the place on the internet, especially, where they're like, oh god, so-and-so just needs to be able to learn to listen to criticism. Because again, the idea is, if I have a criticism or a critique or feedback, it's absolutely important that it be listened to right away. And in many contexts, that's not actually accurate. And Brandon Sanderson talked about that, you know, a lot of young writers get stuck in writing groups where people are just giving bad feedback. Oh, sorry, you walk faster without your weapon. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Herbie. Birdman. Primpus. Primp ass. What's the Bright Brotherhood? Yeah, but Brandon Sanderson, you know, talked about how many young authors will be stuck in writing groups with... Huh. With people who are trying to give, like, really specific feedback or bad feedback. Like, here's what you need to do with your character. Harper's Shack. And it can be very poisonous. You know, if you are a romance author and you have a group of science fiction writers who you are giving your work to, they're going to give you very, very very, very weird and different feedback than what you might be needing. Harper, are you home? Teddy bear. I'm over encumbered and cannot run. So, there you go. There's some thoughts on feedback. Lady says, I agree that while learning to take feedback is important. It needs to go hand in hand with confidence in what you're doing. Development instincts about whether to stick to your gut or to change things to accommodate your audience is all part about learning how to take criticism. Yeah, absolutely. there's like, I mean, I am a huge believer in, I mean, as much as this has been like a, you know what the problem with people giving feedback is and that sort of thing, I mean, most of what I do is just process very large amounts of feedback, and it is very critical to the design process that we are getting lots and lots and lots of feedback. One of the best comments I ever heard about feedback was that you should look to playtesters for validation on things, not for guidance on things. Which is like a very succinct, clean way to describe that, right? I'm a varmint rifle collector. Because I think that there's like, as a creator, it can be very difficult to process what the difference between trying to please people versus trying to succeed in the way that you are trying to succeed. So we have like very specific goals with a lot of the things that we're doing. Oh shit. Everything about me is crippled. Jesus, my aim is really shitty. Ugh. Bottle cap, mentats. 17 skill points. Maybe some medicine. What do I really want? Put these to 80 and try to get my sneak up a little bit. Oh my god, a perk. Ooh. Ooh. I think this is the one. I think, right? I think is what I'm gonna do. Yeah, because I mean, like when we are testing things, you know, we're looking for things like let me think. God, they all just seem really good. But I think I might do the commando. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that. I need to find a bed. Oh my god, in pieces. You and you and you and you and you. Hey man. Oh god, I have so many examples. Why am I blanking on this? Like, okay, here's one. We need to create a structure to where the player can have a little break in the game, so it's not just non-stop intensity the entire time. So we can very concretely measure whether they're actually getting breaks. Or are they saying things like, man, the game is too intense, and we now have something to compare against. Oh yeah. God, everyone is in pepperonis right here. Oh, grenade rifle! Oh yeah, let's get one of those. My left mouse button is crippled. But, you know, I think, for instance, a very bad way to handle feedback would be to put the game in front of someone and be like, alright, what do you think? And to literally have no other plan. But when you say, hey, so what'd you think about the game? And you're specifically looking to see if they're making comments on the intensity. Because, for instance, if you say, what do you think? And nobody makes any comment at all. Let's sleep till mid-afternoon. No one makes any comment at all about the intensity. You might go, yes! Literally with no words said, you go, yeah! Alright! No one's complaining about the intensity of the game anymore! Woo! Right? Now I'm saving, baby. I think all my crippling is done. Great. 6 hours in bed, my broken legs are healed, man. I'm like so healthy. But, you know, if I say, so what'd you think about the game? And I'm thinking about measuring intensity, I'm thinking about whether they're liking the battles, and I'm thinking about whether they're liking the economic system that we have in the game. Like, these are the things that I might be really aware of, that I might be really thinking about. But then someone all of a sudden starts talking about something completely different. Gosh, you know, it's really frustrating to click on things, and the controls are really obnoxious, and the pathing is really obnoxious, and I'm just like, really? Ugh! But see, what's nice is that by knowing the specific things that I'm looking for, it gives me something when I'm listening to feedback to compare that against. So, you know, here for example, might be my thought process. I might say something like, okay, I'm trying to measure intensity right now. Is the intensity of the game too high? Hey, NCR Poop Trooper.
Got business here.
When I got this assignment, I was hoping there'd be more gambling.
What do you need? Later.
I'll never be able to steal. Alright, we are so not where we want to be. Data. This way. So say I'm trying to measure intensity in the game. I'm trying to see if the game's too intense or not. And I have this deliberate question in my head. This is what I'm trying to measure. Cool. And if I get feedback, and I start getting feedback on the intensity of the game, I can compare that against the game they played and my intention, and I have a clear problem space. If I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna be looking for the intensity, and everyone's giving me feedback on controls, literally everybody, it would make me go, huh, I think that my priorities as a designer might be misplaced, because I feel like this intensity problem is really significant, but maybe this control problem is actually more significant. By having that deliberate intention, and by seeking either validation for my techniques or investigation, by trying to, oh fuck, in the head as often as I can, just once, ragdoll. Yeah, by trying to validate a specific thing or by investigating a specific thing. Whetstone. I have much more clarity in the entire feedback process. What is this hollow flashing? Shit. There we go. Yeah, it just gives me clarity in the entire feedback process. Being deliberate. Defaced. So this is the quest to save the nerds, right? Looks like it. See, look, just these. There's just so many tall objects that say, "Come over here. Come look at me." So what I want to do is this, and then I want to just. This world just feels so big. All right. When woken up at the sleepover.
Always. True to Kaisar.
Yeah. JSVT says, I've been lucky enough to have a new mentor that has started to help me prevent myself from overreacting emotionally to negative and or poorly constructed feedback. She's really helped me deconstruct feedback, even if it is clouded in emotion. She has a very hard time separating out the emotional content of feedback and the actual real amount type content contained within the feedback, if that makes sense. Yes, that does. I'll give you a specific example reinforcing exactly that. Sometimes, because Atlas is an intense, multiplayer, competitive game, people will have sharp losses. Like, we have this, I mean, it's this huge area effect ultimate ability. It's just damage. It's 5 seconds, long time to escape, but if it hits, it can wipe a whole army. And someone got wombo comboed. They got stunned, and then nuked. So, like, the entire army was wiped, and they immediately lost. And the person right afterwards was very frustrated and was like, God, I can't believe Sean, I have feedback to give, and was just so mad and like disorganized in the way they were talking. And it was unclear what specifically they were talking about, but they were mad and all this stuff. And it was actually very hard to understand what I was supposed to be gleaning from that initially. You know, eventually we got to something really good, but there's all that emotion built in there because just getting nuked entirely is not so nice. It's not so nice.
True to Kaisar. Always true. This is only part of our detachment. We have others stationed nearby.
Let's see here. Quests.
Always true to Kaisar.
You'll pay for that. There you are.
Oh.
You like that?
Oh! Can't even see him through this damn scope. Shit. I'm not sure I actually want to be doing this. Damn it! Whatever, man. Yeah, boy. Oh yeah, jalapenos all day. All day. Caesar has mocked me for death. Hey, man. Hope you're an appreciative person. You owe me one. Yeah, dude, screw the Denarian. The Denarian, excuse me. Sorry, that's those are a group of people in the, not the Harry Potter, the Harry Dresden universe. Man, what happened in my head there for a moment? Damn. Is this what you guys did? That's what I do. Matilda the Griffin, hello! I think I dislike both of them. I think I'm not going to do much for either of them. I'm just going to be crazy. I'm actually curious about the... Wow, the value of those is silly, sick fucking high. What? It is like so silly, sick, fucking high. That is my cowboy repeater. Ding, ding, ding. There's more than two options, Dan. What do you mean by more than two options? Oh, my pepper wore off, dude. I don't know what my quests are. No, you know, let's take a break. Jeez, it's 4:46. I'm gonna be going for 2 more hours. Really excited. Ooh! Oh, 2 more hours on a break.